Hello, I am James Radburn, and I'm here to give you an introduction into Seesaw through this 20-minute, half an hour webinar. I'm going to show you how to log in, what platforms and devices you can use, and show you how you can add stuff to children's journal, how you can use it for remote learning, give them feedback and set activities. Feel free to pause and go through these examples as yourself, but this is the starting point. Now, I'd like to start with why. During this time of remote learning, when children are using tools such as Seesaw at home more and more, is thinking about this is not just a short-term fix. This is something that can be used within the curriculum, within teaching and learning for years to come to really enhance children's provision. So whereas COVID and everything that's come around it, we need quick solutions. What Seesaw offers is a long-term solution, something that is manageable and easy to access for everyone. So I'm going to show you this short video clip that gives you an idea of what Seesaw is about and its ethos. So as I said, we're going to look at exploring some of the key features and giving the feedback and improving children's work in this first section, and then I will show you the activity element of it and assigning that in the second section of this. Now, Seesaw, because it is a digital learning platform, allows you to add a whole multitude of media, whether it's pictures, video, audio, and visual clues to really enhance teaching and learning. And an activity, which I will show you in more depth later, looks something like this. It allows you to add those text clues and instructions, but for most children, decoding that and comprehending that can be quite tricky. So it allows you as a teacher to record those instructions, to add a video example of how to play that game, and for children to respond to that in the way they think is most appropriate. But it's important to note that actually Seesaw is available on any device. It's available on Chromebooks, computers, laptops, iPads, phones, tablets, Kindle Fires. And it's because it's so accessible that it's such a powerful tool. So let's have a look at Seesaw, how we log in, and what it looks like when we first get into those elements. So I'm just going to use my laptop for this, but you can use it on a tablet and it looks exactly the same. And so the first thing you need to go to is web.seesaw.me, or if you're on a tablet like an iPad or Android, there's a free app called the Seesaw Class app. You click login, and once you've created a free account, you will then be able to create a class that looks something like this. Now, this is what it looks like, and it looks the same on any device. And on the left hand side here, I can scroll down and see my journal. Now, this is all the information that's in there for every single child within my class. But there are ways that I can filter it. So for example, I just want to see all the work Amy's done. I can click Amy on the right hand side and just see everything that she has done, from the reading to the science to the maths activities and to the writing and to the phonics. But maybe I just want to dive into that in a bit more depth. So not only can I scroll through, I can then click on this folder icon as well. So I'm currently highlighted Amy, click on the folder icon, and I can choose, okay, I want to see all of the reading activities that she's done. I can see she's responded to this book, and talked about her favourite book here, as well as this phonics activity. And it's really easy to see children's work in that way. But for example, on this one here, I decided to share a video of me reading a story with the children. And that's a fantastic way for you as a teacher and as an educator to engage with the children. And so I'm going to show you some of the basic things that you can do to add with Seesaw. Now, if you want to add to anything on a children's journal or anything within Seesaw, you need to look for the big green buttons. And in this context, at the top, I've got this big green add button. I'll click the add button and I've got these three options. I'm going to click post students work. And I'm going to have 6 options: photo, drawing, video, upload function, note, and link. And within this, I'm thinking, okay, I've got a morning message I want to share with the children and to show them what's happening for the day. So I'm going to click upload and I can select from my computer an image. I'm just going to drag across here so I can have a PDF, video, images. So I'm just putting a PDF in. So this is my timetable, and you get into this view. Just going to add a text type icon, which I have on the left hand side here, and put timetable. And I can then move this up to the top. There. And maybe I want to record. Maybe I want to just do a quick recording of myself in the corner talking about what is happening for the week. And so there are 2 ways of doing this. I could click the voice icon here, and that means I can just talk over it, which is absolutely fine. And I can draw at the same time if I do that. But also I can click on this picture, okay, with this camera icon here. If I click on here, I've got a few options. I've got photo, so I could take a photo with my webcam, or if it's on my iPad from there, a video, or once again, upload. Now, if you upload something, be aware it has to be 5 minutes or under 250 megabytes. And therefore, I suggest whenever you do video within Seesaw, you record it directly into Seesaw. So to do that, I can, instead of clicking on here, upload, I just click on the video icon. Or I can go through something and click video here. When you get a video like this, hello, you will have, it will look very similar to this. And then I've got these icons here, record. Now, as I alluded to a second ago, you have 5 minutes of free recording you can do per video. When I click the record button, it will come up along the top that I've got 5 minutes, and it will count down the top right here. So this is brilliant for if I'm talking about my morning message. So hello, reception, this is your morning message. So today is Monday. I'd like you to have a look at the activities that are phonics. The English, which is all about looking at polar bears, and the maths activity where we're looking at the number 5. I can go through that through the week, and it gives them a way to adding that rapport with children. But the other useful feature of recording, and it doesn't have to be on this, it can be separate as well, is the idea of reading books. And this is where I really strongly recommend that you would record it within Seesaw, like I am at the moment. And so it means that I can have the 5 minutes and I can read my book to the children. I can see exactly what I'm doing here. And the children love this ability to see and do at the same time. Once I've finished my recording, I can click pause and carry on, or I can click the done button at the top, the big green button. That will upload. And as you can see here, this is my video, which I'm talking over, will be here. So when children come into it, they click play and listen to me while I'm going alongside that. When I'm happy with it, click the green tick, choose who it wants to go to. So if you are just doing some specific phonics work for a few children, brilliant, you can choose them. But because this is a morning message and a story, I'm going to choose all students and click the green tick. Select the folder. It's a very good, easy way of organising work, and the green tick. That straight away is uploaded for all the children to see. And when they come to see it, they will be able to go in, click on this,
and it will
watch
count
the
down
video
the
here
top
straight
right
away
here.
of me talking through that activity. Top tip is to actually pin this at the top. So if it is like you're doing a timetable or morning message like this, you can pin it. So it's the first thing children see. And to edit anything, whether you want to delete it or change something within it, you can click the 3 dots here. And the 3 dots within Seesaw, wherever you see it, basically means edit. So I can click the 3 dots, go into it, and click pin to top. That directly means that when I log in and when I'm looking at things, it is the top thing that is there, which is really helpful for children. And then at the end of that week, I can unpin it or I can delete that post and go back into there. So as a quick recap, if I want to add anything to a class journal, mainly for morning messages or for stories, I go to add, go to post, and I can select any of these options. So if I'm doing a story, I just click video, and I can go in and record my video. Once it's recorded, or once I've done my little story like this, I click the green tick. And if you are paying for Seesaw for Schools, which you can get a 60-day free trial for, what it does allow you is to add multiple pages. So on the right hand side, if 5 minutes isn't enough to read this book, I can click add page and do another recording. So over here, video, and do another 5-minute recording. Now the beauty of separating it into 5 minutes is that actually that's children's attention spans. Listening to a 5-minute instruction or story or something like that is a perfect time for children, and actually it's a perfect length. Whenever I'm happy with work I've done, I click the green tick, click who I want it to go to. So in this situation I'm just going to click sample student and then choose this a reading and click the green tick, and it uploads it straight away. That's the real time, so it's very quick in the way it works. Now that's way to add to the work, but often you're going to get children and what you want children to do is send you work, so you know exactly what is happening. Now at the bottom you can see I've got this big red icon that says to unapproved posts. I can click on it and I can see there is some work here for children. So I can see Amy has done this work here, response to an activity, which I will show you how to set up later, and I've got the option to like it. And it's important to note that any work children send you has to be approved. It doesn't just appear onto the journal. And the fact that I've gone in and liked it, and as I'm the teacher, I'm come up as Mr. Admin, but you can have more than one teacher per class. On the free version you can have 2, so yourself and your teaching assistant or learning assistant, they can like it, and that actually is the first set of marking. What I may want to do then is, if they haven't assigned it to a folder, I can click the folder icon, which is down here, and choose that it's a mass item. But I can also leave a comment. Now I can go in and I can write a comment. Great work, Amy. And I can go forward like that and just click post. But what is really good with Seesaw, and I alluded this earlier, is the fact that it adds lots of multimedia. And when we had instructions, we can actually verbalize them, we can record these. So instead of this time typing, what's an even easier way, I'm just going to delete that initial comment, is to click the microphone. This means that the children can listen. It is lovely to hear your voice, especially if they're remote learning at the moment. But that feedback is not only quicker for you to give, but it's more personalised and adds that relationship there. So all I do is click the record button, click that microphone button again at the bottom, and I can see I've got 2 minutes. Fantastic work, Amy. I can see you've worked really hard at this. Can you have a look at number 2, where you've got 40 over 100? Is there a way to simplify it? You've done it for one of the other options where it's 1/10, but can you turn 40 into 100 and simplify that fraction for me and put it in the comments below? really simple 30-second recording that's actually easier to implement as a teacher and quicker to do than typing out, and it's more personalised. So when the children go back in and see it's approved, they just play this, listen to it, and they can comment again on their work. So if I'm happy with it, I can click approve, and that is gone, and that's out of my list. So I've only got one in there left. So that's how you approve work. If I go back to the journal now, as I said, this is pinned, so that's at the top, but I can see Amy's work here and that, and this is exactly how she would view it. From a child's perspective, and what it looks like, it's really important to know that in the first place. So when children log in, now the first thing to notice is that when you have Seesaw, and when you're setting it up and sending it out to pupils and things, you're going to be using what is the home learning codes. Now at the bottom here you can have where it says class codes, and you add students this way, but this is for when you're doing it in the classroom. You've got this option, home learning codes, and home learning codes allows children to have their own personalised code. So if I click get home learning codes when I'm on the journal, it will download for me a set of PDF codes for you. In this instance, I'm not going to show you for data protection, so you can't log into this one as a student, but all I do is click on there and see it. The children then will go in, will scan, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So it looks very similar to this. They will scan that QR code, or they can enter that code, and they will be logged in. Now it means that child's logged in for up to a year, and if they need to log out for any reason, log back in, if, like for example, siblings are using it, that code is then accessible for 3 months, and then after 3 months you may need to send a new one to that. And so to log in, as I said, they just need to click go to download the Classroom Seesaw app, or go to app.seesaw.me, click on I'm a student, scan it, or add that text code, and they will be logged in. Now the other really powerful feature of Seesaw is the activity library. It gives you a chance to assign work, whether it's English, whether it's maths, or whether it's other activities that you will be doing with the children, and it's almost like a lesson. So this time, instead of clicking the plus icon and going to post students' work, I'm going to click assign activity. In assigning activity, I've got 3 options. I've got my community tab, where I can look for activities from the thousands and thousands of teachers that have put them in. I can go and choose whether it's an art activity, whether it is the right grade level, and so be aware it is on the American perspective, so it's working out the differences and actually what that equates to. Or I can search up here, go to all of them. I'm looking for phonics activity, the OI word sort, and I can click on one that I like the look of and have a look at an activity. Now this is what a makeup of an activity looks like. So we've got the title, we've got the instructions, we've got a worksheet for children to actually edit on this template, and as I showed you earlier, we can have audio elements as well. So this is a science one, so I've shown you a phonics one. This is a science activity, where they have written the title, they've put an example here of what a good one looks like. So my waggle, I've got instructions, so as a child I can just listen,
document steps and discoveries of it,
which is really helpful, and I can then say that's brilliant activity. Some of the times I want to edit it myself, so I click 3 dots and go to copy and edit, and here we are. I can go through and edit, and I can see here I've got a really good example, and go forward. That's fantastic. I'm happy with that. I can click save, and then I've got this assign button. Now this assign button means I can choose who I want it to go to. So for my sample class here, I want it to go to all the children, or if I want to go and choose whether it's 1 or 2 children, I can do that here as well. So let's say This science work is only going to be for all my children in this situation, but I'm going to choose the folder so the children don't have to organise it, and then once I'm happy I click the green tick, assign to a class, and there we are, we're done. Really simple way of creating activities and sending them out to children. But this is kind of a little overview of it as well. So this is another example. So you added a title, add the instructions here, click on the voice instruction if I want to record, which I would strongly recommend. Very easy way of doing it. And then you have these two buttons. Now these two buttons are really important. This is one called multimedia instructions. So if I'm doing a maths problem, or if I would definitely put here models of how I would solve it and go through it that way. Template, where there's one created here, shows really what is basically like a worksheet. It's something for children to respond directly over the top, for them to write on, for them to draw on. And if you don't add anything here, and if you leave it blank, for example, if I took it away and left it blank here, when the children go in and add a response to it, they have a choice of adding however they like. What they're allowed to do is they're allowed to add pictures, video, draw however they like to that. And so this is what a template could look like. So I could go in and say, right, this is the activity, and it gives me some information. And then here I've got to work out, okay, what are common nouns and proper nouns? So I can choose, okay, which ones go where. Proper nouns, I know our names, so I can go with there. And common nouns, I can go over here. So you can then, the children then can do the work. When the children have done the work, click the green tick, uploaded, and they are done. But let's have a look at how that looks within the classroom. As you can see at the top, we've always looked at this journal tab where I can see all of children's work, but I've got this activity button as well, and I can see these are the activities that have been assigned to my class. So let's say I have assigned this phonics activity. When children get it, they click on activities and they can see which ones they've got to do, and they get this button, add response. And as I keep saying, the big green buttons are the ones you really need to click to add anything in. So if I click add response here, I will the children then just go through that activity. But as a teacher, I can see on this activity itself, I've got someone waiting for a response. And if I click just on this activity, I can see I've got Charles, who's actually, it's sent out to only these 4 children. That's my class of 30. So, and I'm waiting for these children to respond. It's a really quick way for you to check engagement and check who has done the work. I can have a look. Brilliant. I can see his work. I can then leave a comment, and so this time I'm going to leave a voice comment. Excellent work, Charles. Can you now add 3 of your own oi words of the both spellings in the comments below? Once that's processed, click the green tick and click approve. That goes into the student's journal. That's already sorted, and that is as quick as it can be when we are looking at supporting children and giving them feedback. So, as a quick overview, this is Seesaw. It kind of compromises of a journal here, where you can add videos, where you can ask children to do activities, where I've even got videos about music and rhythm and pointing, so and looking at different elements here. And we're going through those bits and be quite extravagant in our explanations. And it's a way for me to look at individual children, what they're doing. It's also a way for me to record videos of reading stories to children or giving them explanations for maths problems. And it's a way for me to assign and give children's work through activities, and there's even ways of scheduling these, and for me to respond. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this training session useful. If there is anything more about Seesaw you'd like to see, please go to my YouTube channel and just search James Radburn where you found this video, and also go to web.seesaw.me/training, and also their help page is really useful and has all the key tips you need within the platform.